Hello YouTube family, James Green, Short Series Shenanigans. So in this video, it's an unboxing video. This is for documentation purposes of mine, so I know what's in here. And you can see this is something that I purchased from an individual on eBay, and I will just say this. Horrible communication, never gave me shipping information, repeated requests, took nearly a month to send it to me. Never dealt with a person before, not going to deal with them again, period. Myriad of excuses, but I will give them this. They did pack it correctly, because you will see what's in here. It's a very heavy package. So, yeah, don't get me started on my rant of lack of communication. For those of you that, you know, I've dealt with, selling, trading, whatever, communication is key. That makes the difference between a happy customer or one that's going to set you on blast. So, other than that, you guys remember the other video that I put out when I got the wheel dresser? Yeah, that seller, he got so mad at me because I guess he saw my video. He blocked me from buying stuff from him on eBay now. Pretty childish. Yeah. Won't return my phone calls. It's like, really? I mean, luckily, I don't see signs of it being broke. I haven't checked it on my surface plate yet. I did speak with eBay, and they're at the deal right now that, you know, it's kind of up in the air. Do I want to send it back? He refuses it, but, you know, I've got time to deal with him and his shenanigans. Basically, it's a mess. So, bottom line, if you guys deal with people selling stuff, whether it's on Facebook or one-on-one, communication is key. If you don't communicate with people, you don't keep them up to date, you know, things get frustrating. Anyway, let me go ahead and show you guys what we got here. And it's pretty heavy, but I wanted to get it set up here. Now, you notice he built a little crate around it, okay? Which is good. They banded it, so this is what I like to see. This is pretty cool stuff. So we're actually going to use our I've got a zip disc here, and this is one of the times I'll use a zip disc to open stuff like this. I don't use them. I'm not real big on using zip discs because I've seen them explode before and cause damage to people. So we're going to put on our face shield here, and we're going to do a couple of quick cuts. That is the quickest, easiest way to open metal banding instead of trying to fight with other things. Now, I took the address label off of here already, but yeah. So yeah, this guy was the world's slowest shipper, very little communication. You know, who knows? I got so many different excuses from this guy, it wasn't even funny. Oh, wait a minute, I got to do these two. So yeah, we got these two, that one, I got to do these two. Yeah, my this arrived via UPS. So there we go, top. Alright, so build a wood crate around it. That's the best thing usually. And blocks of wood. Oh, there we go. So I like the packing job, very basic, very rudimentary, and there's tape holding everything together. So there you go, wall. So very smartly built. There you go, you guys can see what this is. Lots of banding material. Slide it back a bit. What I'll do is I'll just slide it directly off. Onto the mill table. So there we go. You guys can see that it is a compound sine plate. Definitely taped up items here. What I found was funny was he marked it as a weight of 80 pounds on the, I'll just show you there. He marked it as though this was, let me get this out of camera shot here, that it was, and he prints his own labels obviously, that this was 80 pounds in weight. Okay, this is the shipping label from UPS. In the box, this thing was 115 pounds. So he lied to UPS. Yeah. So there we go. We're going to have to clean it up a little bit, but a compound sine plate from Sine. Get some air and blow this stuff off here. Yeah, so I know from shipping stuff via UPS that anything at 100 pounds or more is it's pretty expensive. But yeah, I think what the deal was on this was an auction, and I don't think he paid attention to or was if he was in fact moving or who knows, whatever. This was actually over the 4th of July, or prior to the 4th of July weekend, when I actually won this, and it was so ridiculously inexpensive, including the shipping, and it was an actual auction. So I know from previous experience what it cost him to ship this via UPS. He lost money on the whole deal. I'll just say that. For those of you that have shipped stuff via UPS. So that's probably why he took forever and didn't communicate. Because you guys know, I don't sell stuff on eBay. But you guys know those individuals that do. They'll have another account and they'll like bump stuff up or whatever. Yeah. So this was very, very inexpensive. Matter of fact, it's a Sine. I'll zoom you guys in there and you can get a look at it on the tag. You guys can see. I'll try to get the camera to focus. Alright. So there you can go. It's a model A10. Looks like. I don't want to stick my head in camera frame there. Trying to get, let's see. Yeah, it's A-10 Sine, and you can see the tag. Permanent magnet. It's got the fence here. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna back the camera out, and let's put the handle on this in real quick. We're gonna need to clean it up. You know, which, you know, this was one of those deals. I happened to get lucky on. Honestly, it was, you know, sometimes you fall into it. So this isn't going to be my main magnet that I use all the time, but if I need to do a compound or any angle, I can set this up for it. I'm going to change that out. Yeah, this thing, it's all full of grease and whatnot. So that's good enough for right now. So let's put something on here that's magnetic. This is actually a fence off of my 18-inch chuck that I've got to clean up. It is going to be on the magnet all the time. You can see it's got a little bit of magnetism there. Oh yeah, so there's on, and that's off. So there's off, and then we'll go like this, and there is on. Oh. Actually, that is on. Okay, so you go too far, so that. And I'm just trying to lift straight up, so whoop. Yeah. For grinding purposes, that's going to work just fine. There we go. So yeah, it will work. Got a great deal on it. Let's get a little bit of cleaning stuff here. Get this guck off the top. One thing I like to do is get sticky tape on things and protect it, whatever. You know, this will get ground in whenever I go to use it. Again, it's not going to be my primary chuck. Yeah. But yeah, it will get used. So there we go. Engaged, disengaged. So there we go. Let's see. They've got it tightened down here. Let's open it up. Get our Allen wrenches out. Let's see. That looks like a 1/4 inch for everything. Yep, that's loose. That one's tight. All right. So we'll take a look underneath here. On this side, you can see the underneath, and that is, oh yeah, it'll flop all the way back that way. I don't want it to fall off or anything. Definitely going to go through and clean it up. Surface area where you do your setup on your blocks is right here. Real good shape. You know, we'll go through the whole process and check it out. Make sure it's reading like it's supposed to read. A little bit of shadowing, but no pitting. Alright, so that looks good. We will tighten these back down. So it doesn't turn that way. And now we're going to loosen this side up. That one was tight, which is good. And this one was tight. Dang, sucker's on there. I will say this, at least it's tight. There we go. All right. Okay. So we will lift this end up that way. There we go. Come in here and wipe it off. Get the stuff up from underneath here. This thing came up from the northeastern part of the United States, so they've sprayed protectant all over it. So it's actually in pretty good shape. Yeah. The areas that contact here, a little bit of pitting, but here's a little bit of a wear spot in there. You can tell where that sits, but as old as this is, and for what I'm going to be doing, it'll be just fine. Definitely. We'll go ahead and tighten these back. So yes, we'll take a look at the bottom of this, just because while we're turning it around, yeah, this thing is not light. Bottom's in real good shape. So yeah, no burrs or anything, just some shadowing. And of course that's standard because that's the non-machined area. Go ahead and wipe off the gunk there. So there you go. Yep, model A10. So there we go. There's the fence, adjustable. All right. So that is a glance at a recent acquisition. Again, a couple of things for this video was to document the condition and also to show you guys if you go to send something heavy through whatever shipping service, just like this guy did. Build a crate around it with wood. That's the best thing. Putting something like this in grocery bags and a USPS flat rate box, that would have been a no-go. But you know what? I've seen people do it. General rule of thumb. The small flat rate box, even though the slogan, if it fits, it ships, beyond a certain reasonable weight amount. The small ones, what I have figured out is, say, a 10-pound limit for the small ones if you do the bare minimum tape job. If you tape all the way around like I usually do with the clear tape, you know, you'll be good. The medium flat rate, you can get up to probably say 20-25 pounds, but again, you got to pack stuff around it. You know, I've talked about newspaper, big, you know, grocery sacks, the cardboard ones, not the plastic ones. Blocking with pieces of wood, and they just literally cocoon all 6 ways, you know, with the clear tape. And the reason I say the clear tape, because they still have to see whether it's just flat rate or if it's just priority. Because if it's priority, they go based on weight and distance. If it's flat rate, it's one solid price regardless of where it goes. Unless it goes overseas, and that's a whole different price range. Even if it's Canada, that's one price range. If it's anywhere else, it's even more than that. And then your large ones, I just recently shipped one and the weight was 35 pounds. But I wrapped and packed everything that was in there in saran wrap and packed everything accordingly. I really packed around it, and then I taped the box. You guys saw me. I used regular around the seams and everything. So I would say 35 pounds would be the max weight on a large USPS flat rate box. Now the other ones, if you send FedEx or a USPS, they base it off the dimensions of the box and then the weight of the item. So yeah, I weighed this on my scales. It was more than 80 pounds. So this guy got one way over on UPS. You know what? After the way UPS screwed me over, I gave him a thumbs up for that one. So that you know, just to kind of reiterate on UPS, and my driver didn't know this either, but he knows now. If you accept an item and it's damaged and you're like, no, I'll fill out a claim, they're not going to pay your claim. If you get an item from UPS and he drops it, and you know, I always want mine, I have to sign for it. If I deal with you guys, I'll pay the little extra. I would rather, yep, it's good, I'll sign for it. Or if it's damaged, I'll be like, nope, you refuse it. I found out through an inordinate amount of ass pain that if a package or item comes to you from UPS, you tell the driver, no, I'm refusing it. You have that tracking number, you can file, you and the person that shipped it, file a claim with UPS or FedEx. FedEx is the world's worst. My FedEx driver is a moron, and I say that openly. I tell him to his face, you're a moron. He's an idiot. He loves to ding dong ditch. So if you guys send anything to me via FedEx, UPS, US Postal Service, if it's anything of value, I would rather signature required. That way if it's damaged, that's how you hold the shipping companies accountable. If you send it signature not required, then, and it's damaged, they'll do the ding dong ditch and run. I'm telling you. This driver did, because it was not the normal UPS driver. It was some other guy early in the morning, because my normal one is out running around right now in the afternoon. So, but anyway, that's kind of, I just wanted to show you guys. Got something new, a new acquisition for the grinder. We're working on the grinder slowly but surely over there. I'll give you guys a peek. We're slowly going through it right now. We got the motor off, and the reason we took the motor off is we noticed there was something when I would spin the spindle like this, because it was tight, the bearings were tight, but when I grabbed the spindle and I went like this and rotated it back, I'd hear a clunk, clunk. Well, the Lovejoy coupling is bad. Now this is the piece that was on the back of the spindle. The motor's down there. It's actually a sealed motor, but you can see where it got loose. This piece on the spindle, you can see where it's all banged up on the tips, was loose, and it was grabbing and twisting in the end. So I've got a Lovejoy coupling ordered for it. It's on the way. That was like 20 bucks. So we're waiting on that. Cleaning everything up, going through. We've got it all packed back in there. We lubed it up inside the spindle. There was no play in the bearings. The bearings were in excellent shape. It was, this little cap up here was loose too, and that was part of a little clink. There's a little set screw here on this bearing cover cap. That was a little loose, but other than that, we're, you know, getting everything back together. I did notice that when I got it apart, and I'm presuming the previous owner probably didn't know about this, but here's the mounting plate, okay, that you see from the back side where the motor mounts on. Alright, and this is the side where it mounts and rides. Looky there. This thing was busted at one time. All the way through. and it's been fixed and remachined. So don't know. I am going to source some material. I am going to put it back together and run it like this for the meantime, but I'm going to source some material and I'm going to remake this piece down the road, because I am not going to leave something in there like that has been, although it probably holds up fine for now. So that'll be a project down the road when I go to make this. But you know, you can see where they've repaired it, and you know, it's one of those deals that this thing was covered in oil and grease. So it may work fine for, you know, decades to come, but I am going to make another one of these. I'm going to source some material, a chunk of steel, and we'll make another one. Be interesting video, that's for sure. So we're slowly coming along on it. I've got a lot of stuff to do. I got parts ordered still. I still got to make a gear. I still got to make a shaft for the X-axis and all that. So again, a big project, still lots plugging on, got a lot of stuff going on with the bolt gun build. We got the pump back together for the hydraulic motor. It went back together fine. That mechanical seal was fine. We put it all back together, and we won't know until we start running this thing and powering it up. So there you go. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video on everything here. Kind of a hodgepodge update along with showing you our recent tool acquisition. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. So thank you to all my new YouTube subscribers out there. I greatly appreciate it, guys and gals. And lots of stuff. We're plugging along here. Plugging along every day, living the dream. So click the like button down at the bottom. Spread the word about my channel. And my public email address, if you guys have any questions, eagledustoff37@gmail.com. I'm on Instagram and Twitter. It's at eagledustoff37. And so there you go. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Take care of yourself and your family, because remember, at the end of the day, you and your family is all you got. Until next time, be safe, get out of the shop, and hey, when you pack something, that's a good way to pack things. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.